Now, Nigeria's Senate President Godswill Akpabio has ordered the withdrawal of all defamation lawsuits he filed against some individuals across the country. Akpabio confirms that close to 9 defamation cases have been initiated over allegations of false statements and damage to his reputation. The move marks a reversal of several high-profile legal actions filed in 2025, including a suit involving Senator Natasha Akpoti Uduaghan, the lawmaker representing Kogi Central District, with whom Akpabio has been in a long-drawn legal battle. For some perspective, we have legal practitioner Jide Ologun join us live in the studio. Thank you for being here. I mean, this matter is getting a lot of attention because of the drama between Natasha Akpoti and the Senate President. And he was inspired by his listening to the New Year message of the press. I mean, is there a legal implication here? Do we see maybe a rejoining of friendship, a renewal of friendship among those who allegedly defamed him?
That may be one of the outcomes. But you know, generally, at a time like this, when we cross to a new year, there are several resolutions. And I can let you know that it's not easy for litigants. You see, when you have a case in court, you have those cases on your hearts, on your minds, and on your shoulders. So I think you should now find a bit of relief. And legally speaking, of course, he has the right to withdraw those suits against the defendants, and then the court will oblige him. You know, what I don't know is whether Natasha, for instance, will withdraw her own cases.
Reciprocal.
Yes. But I know that recently, the president of the Senate slammed about 200 billion naira suit against Natasha. And talking about if that will restore the friendship, I think that has to do with the relationship that is expected to be fine-tuned if they all focus on the purpose of being in the National Assembly, which according to Section 4 of the Nigerian Constitution 1999 as amended, is to make laws for the peace, orderliness, and good government in Nigeria, so that they can all focus. And I think recently, the two of them had their birthdays on the same day or whatever.
Okay.
And I believe that
they put this country to a bit, if you ask me. They were in the news for quite a long time. Do you see perhaps an acceptance on the part of those who are being sued by Akpabio to, reciprocate this action aside Natasha, because we don't know what side she will go?
And that's why I mentioned, for the defendant, it's a relief. When somebody is suing you, there are claims against you. So if the person says, I'm not proceeding with the matter, that means you are not likely to pay the claims. I mean, presuming that the case will succeed. So for defendants, but if the defendant now feels that the suit was wrong in the first instance, then you can sue Akpabio in return.
Yeah, but that is not going to happen. Do you think it will?
I cannot say that conclusively now, because really, and that is why for the president and the governor in Nigeria, they have immunity, because litigations are destructive in nature. They distract you from focusing. That's why when the president is in office, you excuse him until he steps out of office.
If you were to make any prediction, what do you expect to see in the coming days in terms of this rescinding of decisions?
I think they should bury their swords and then move on in the spirit of the essence of being together in the National Assembly. And let me say this, as a public figure, you are not immune from mudslinging and different kinds of firebrands from left, right, and center. When Jesus Christ was here, he had a full dose of those things. In fact, at a time, some alleged that he was using evil spirit to heal the people, but he focused on his mission. Look at Donald Trump in the US. Some people insult him outrightly, and he also fires back sometimes. So when you offer yourself to be in the public space, I think you should have a kind of shock absorber for some of these things.
Should we expect some realignment in 2026 ahead of 2027? Because it's closer than we think. The politicking continues. Is this a form of political maneuvering, do you think?
Absolutely. For the politician, tomorrow is the election day. But for the statesman, it's all about the next generation, how to secure the future. So for them, and you can see it already, defections across the carpet. So they are now calculating what will support my political career.
This particular decision I'm asking, do you see a political maneuvering in it? And if there is, what would be the end
I
game?
do not see Natasha being cowed to cross carpet. But if she does, I will not be surprised, because politicians can hardly be trusted to hold their guns to the ideologies of their parties, and that is if the ideologies are strong enough. Otherwise, some people have defected, and I remain shocked that with all the posture they had in their former party, they could move. But like I said,
know exactly.
the politician
some of the people
is
you're
primarily
referencing.
out to protect his personal political interest before protecting the party interest and the national interest. You can see where PDP is now. Atiku, who was wearing PDP like a garment, is finding
removed it.
solace in ADC.
I mean, it's going to be an interesting year.
Yeah,
and I'm sure we'll be able to come to you for some perspective when the developments begin to unfold.
It will be my
Thank
treasure.
you very much.
Happy New Year
Happy
to
New Year.
everyone. It will be a remarkable year, and God bless Nigeria.
Amen. Happy New Year once again.
You're welcome.